Welcome back to the Vegan Bikini Prep Diaries. Me and Belinda are doing a fun episode today, a Would You Rather. So you guys are going to have fun playing along with us. Belinda, how are you? What's up with you?
Hey, girlfriend. I'm good. Happy Friday. We're recording this on a Friday. That's been our thing lately. I guess weeks have been getting a little busy for both of us. That always happens at the end of the year, right? Like, no matter how much you are planning, for some reason, mid-October, November, and December, it's just like there's not enough time in the day to get everything done. So we're recording this on Friday, October 17th in the afternoon. It's weekend vibes already, so that's exciting. And I'm good. I'm doing fine. It's been really busy in my life. Work's been busy. Again, end of year, a lot going on with me, a lot going on with my husband. Just trying to get things off my plate before the end of the year so I could start the new year fresh like everybody else on planet Earth. And yeah, but I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got my blood work back this week. As you know, of course, Belinda got the copy of it. And it surprisingly, let's see, and I think I'm 8 weeks, right? Post show already?
Yeah,
no.
It's not quite
6 weeks.
8. It's like 6.5-ish. Yeah.
So I'm about 6 weeks post show, which is like crazy. It doesn't seem like a long time, but my show feels like an eternity ago. I feel like I've lived a whole lifetime between now and then. But my blood work came back.
I'm sorry. I've been saying this every episode, like the past month, but I like don't even remember you competed. Like it's been so busy that like I know you did. And of course I remember we were both in prep, but like it just feels like it was so long ago. But
I know.
Anyway,
it was crazy.
Please go on. So you got your blood work. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, it was not that bad. It was pretty good, all things considered. Estrogen was a little bit low, but I mean it's still early, so I feel like it'll come back up. Mostly everything was good. My testosterone was surprisingly in a good range for me at least. Like usually it's like an 8, and it was like a 20. And yeah, so awesome. Yeah. So everything was pretty good. Like my kidney, liver, all of that was fine. The only thing that was off was my thyroid, but that really had nothing to do with competing. That's my medication, which I imagine because I've gained like 15 pounds in 6 weeks, that's probably why, because the thyroid medication is based off your weight. So it just needs to be adjusted. So I sent it to my doctor, and like I have been having some like weird stuff. Like I don't really sleep through the night. Like I wake up and my heart rate's been high. My Oura ring keeps yelling at me, and but it's all thyroid stuff. So it makes sense. Like, so I think my meds just need to be adjusted and then I'll be good. But yeah, and I definitely have a good grip on my food. I really don't have any food noise anymore. It's like you said, I've just reached a point where I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't care. And like, I don't even really have any like, I'm looking at like a coffee crumb cake, like my mom bought from, I don't know, I think Trader Joe's or something. And like, looks really good, but I just like, don't even care. I just don't like,
that's what happens. So they always say the danger zone of reversing from a show is you have to survive the first 6 to 10 weeks, and that's exactly where you're at. And I think once you get out of that haze of food noise and cravings and binging, it goes away, and you sort of come back down, and like you settle into your regular life, body and feeling and hunger craving. So I'm so glad to hear food noise has kind of left the building.
It really has. Like, it's very manageable. Yeah. And like I easily, like, I'll crave sugar, but then I was craving sugar one night, but I made like a bowl of oats with protein powder. Like, I'm there. you know, whereas before it would have been like an all out like bender, like everything sweet in the house would have been consumed. But yeah, I've been doing really good with my food. And then even just like body image wise, honestly, like I wouldn't say I love my body. Like I wouldn't say I'm like feeling like a 10 out of 10, like a hot chick, like maybe like a maybe like a Miami 4. I might be like a Ackworth 8. Honestly, but it's like I have noticed you're so right about how like at first it like all goes to your stomach. Yes. And then somehow, some way, it just kind of like all like balances out. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. Like it's just all kind of evened out and it looks more balanced. I don't know, maybe that's partly water retention, hormonal, I don't know, but definitely I feel like my body is starting to really level out now, and I'm feeling okay. I'm thick, but like I like it. Like actually we were going to talk about this. So I had to do some filming for crisp power pretzels today. If you guys have not tried those, definitely go try them. They're now in Vitamin Shop. Shit, I should be getting paid for this too. Oh my gosh. But I had to go film for them. They just launched in Vitamin Shop and they have a new flavor, a cinnamon crunch flavor. Where was I going with this?
First of all, how is that cinnamon crunch flavor? Did you like it?
I liked it. It's not my favorite.
Okay. Is it sweet enough or not sweet enough?
I think it needs to be sweeter. That's just me though.
Yeah. So I've tried their, I ordered recently on their site. I got a few boxes of the cheddar and I got one box of the Flamin' Cheetos flavor. I've tried the cheddar. I like it. I would describe it as a very proteiny, healthy-ish Cheez-It.
The cheddar, yeah.
So it's good. I mean, it's just not like a real Cheez-It. But the thing everyone needs to understand about protein snacks and foods is like they're not going to taste like the non-protein version. So you have to just accept it for what it is. But I like the cheddar. I think it's good. I haven't tried the Flamin' Hot or whatever it's called. I haven't tried that yet.
That's my favorite.
Okay, I'm saving it. Okay.
It's very, very spicy though. So like if you are sensitive to spice, be prepared.
I love spicy food. So I'm gonna try it. The reason you like the sesame one?
That one's good. Yeah. And the everything is really good too.
So the everything is my favorite. And the reason I haven't had the flaming hot one yet is because I have like 2 boxes of the everything I still need to eat and they expire first. So like I'm going to work my way through those and then have my flaming hot ones. So in prep, I had those crisp power pretzels often because sometimes I just either had no appetite or like I was in a rush and I needed to grab something and it made decent sense in prep. So how was your filming today at Vitamin Shop?
Oh, yes, that's where I was going with this. So yeah, my mom went with me to record and like I looked at the videos of myself and I was like, holy shit, like I actually look pretty good. Like I'm way better off than I think I am.
Totally.
I think
you look great. You look good.
Thank you. I feel so much bigger, but like when I see myself not in the mirror, like on film or in a picture, I'm like, no, I'm still in pretty good shape. So it's just weird. This whole period is very weird. But I'm finally leveling out from it all.
I'm in the exact same position. So when I'm training in the gym, so I usually am in a tank top or like I wear t-shirts a lot now, but sometimes like I have my sleeves pulled up. And when I look in the mirror, I see myself like very big and not in a bad way. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. Just that's what I see. in the mirror. And then I pose at the end of every training session if I have time. Usually. Then I do like a little posing video. And when I look at the video, I look so much better in the video than how I see myself. The body dysmorphia is no joke. And Brooke and I have mentioned this on many episodes, but I would say if anybody is ever considering competing and they haven't yet, something you really need to take into consideration is like your body image and body dysmorphia. It will never be the same your whole life. And I've met so many girls that even competed 10 years ago, and they've told me like, it just, you never see yourself normally ever again, ever. But you know that, I know that. So we have level heads about it, and, you know, we're doing the best we can. But I'm glad you're doing, you look good. You look nice and healthy. I'm happy to see that glowing face, and the makeup is nice. I feel bad I didn't put it on. I don't think I've ever had makeup. Oh, I had makeup on for one episode when I was in New York for work. Other than that, no one's ever seen me in makeup on this podcast. But anyway.
I hear you. It's a lot. Like I was talking about that with one of my business students today. Like male content creators have such an advantage because they literally could just like turn on their camera and start filming, whereas we have to like have our makeup on, like have our hair done. It's just it's too much.
Anyway, all right. So I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're bumping along in life. I know you've been going through a lot, but I'm really proud of you. And I want to say before we get into our questions that I appreciate our weekly podcast so much. Really, like I look forward to it all week. Like I look forward to talking to you and like shooting the shit, and it's fun. So I'm so glad we decided to do this. We're doing it, and I hope we keep doing it for a long time. And then my prep starts soon again, everybody, I think. So my strategy is to soft launch it November and December. And what I mean by soft launch is like, I'll be in prep, but I'm not really going to increase my cardio. Like I'm just going to keep it like a very low baseline cardio, essentially like 15 minutes after I train. And I'll have Thanksgiving food, and I'll have food with family when they come to visit for Thanksgiving. And I'll have food. I'll have like whatever food during Christmas. I'll be in Sarasota for 4 days. So soft launch prep. Honestly, the same thing I did this year. We're like 2025 prep. January and February, I kind of like soft launched it. I'm going to do the same thing this time. So we'll be in prep mentality, but it won't be like pedal to the metal yet. And then after the holidays, I'll see where I'm at and kind of will decide if I do want to do that earlier show or, you know, hold steady and do a summer run. So that's where I'm at. I'm getting close to starting back up again. So yeah.
Exciting. Yeah. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So you guys are just going to have to be patient with me.
Don't worry about it. You've got a few months to kind of keep feeling things out. The reason I say a few months is because bodybuilding is a sport of calendars, and you do have to think essentially 6 months in advance because that's how long it takes to get ready for stage 90% of the time for females. So Brooke, if she does want to compete in the summer, she still has a few months to decide if she wants to or not. She does not have to decide now. And the stage will always be there, truly. And you could honestly even start prep if you didn't want to do a summer run and you did maybe just want to do nationals next year, which is in December, or like Olympia Amateur, which is usually in October, and then try again in December. That's like also an option. So you don't necessarily have to like do the summer run if you don't want to.
I know. I was almost thinking that too, like doing a fall run.
Yeah, it could be something
you know the
different.
Southern Muscle show that's here? Do you know that show?
Yes. Yes.
It's one of the few pro bikini shows that we actually have, but that's a really good one. So I was thinking about maybe even doing that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like solidifying anything, so I don't want to get a bunch of DMs. But I don't know. Yeah, I have options, but yeah, right now I'm just like,
yeah,
just chilling, just still coming off the year.
That's good. I just want to touch on one thing and then we'll get started on our fun game. So in case anybody is wondering, like, it might be like, but Belinda, you've only been in off season for 3 months. Isn't it too early to start again? And the answer is, it sort of depends how you look at it. The judges told me I don't have to grow, guys. They told me to like stay as I am, just be leaner. So like my body, my physique is built for the criteria as is. Like I didn't necessarily have to do anything differently. I just needed to be leaner. So my body is ready. So yeah, I don't have to grow. I also am in a very unique position where my husband prefers when we're in contest prep together, in the sense he likes when I'm in prep, and he's excited for things to be like back to a stricter way here. Not that it's all about him, but what I'm saying is my home life, my vibe is open to it. And so I'm going to soft launch it and see how I do. And if anything, even if I don't decide to commit to those early shows, at least I'll have, made a nice dent in some body fat, and I'll start the year in a bit of a better way towards my goals. So not thinking too much about it, but yeah. And I'm going to do everything in a really healthy way, soft launch, nothing crazy from the get. And I do have to do things differently next year to achieve the result I need to, but we're going to go into that. I think next episode, we're going to talk about that. Anyways, let's get to it. So we're going to play a game. Thank you, ChatGPT, that created all of these questions for us. And we're going to play a game called Would You Rather? And I'll throw out the question, and Brooke can answer, and then I'll answer.
Okay.
ChatGPT is so cool. It broke them down by like different themes for us. So funny.
Good. Yeah.
I know. Okay. So we'll start with training and gym life. Okay. Would you rather train glutes or shoulders for the rest of your life?
That's such a tough one. I have more fun training shoulders. I would prefer a shoulder workout over glutes, but if I had to lose development in either my shoulders or my glutes, it would be my shoulders, because I don't want to just like walk around looking like, like broad shouldered with like a Dorito, basically, like no butt and like shoulders. So I'll have to go with glutes.
Yeah, I agree with you, twins. I would have said the exact same thing. And then unfortunately, I am dealing with this already because I'm not allowed to train my upper body really anymore. I'm just training it once a month. That's it. So I'm sort of in this situation already, unfortunately. But yeah, I'd rather have built glutes than big shoulders, even though I love the way my shoulders have developed into. But yeah, twins. I don't want to look like a Dorito, so I agree. Okay, question 2.
Okay.
Would you rather never miss a workout again or never have to track macros again?
That's kind of easy, I feel like. I don't know, for me, I definitely would prefer not to have to track macros ever again. I guess the key word is have to, right? Like
have to. Yeah.
Okay, so I imagine if I didn't have to track my macros, I would still look good and perform well without having to track, right?
One would assume. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
Okay. So I don't really track my macros anymore, actually. So this one's pretty easy for me. I would rather never miss a workout because I don't really track my macros anymore anyway. So that one's kind of easy for me. But yeah,
if you're gonna miss a workout anyways.
So I mean, who's making this decision for us? Like, Anyway, okay, next. Would you rather have perfect muscle symmetry or unlimited gym energy?
Hmm. It's kind of a tough one.
So for me, I mean, I'm a bodybuilder. I would love to have perfect muscle symmetry. I don't care if I have to train tired. I'm tired half the time I train anyway. So I would prefer perfect muscle symmetry. But I don't know. Are you like really fatigued when you train? Do you need the energy?
So here's my strategy with this question. So, okay, from a bodybuilder's perspective, I
Mm-hmm.
would like the symmetry because I'd probably do really well in bikinis. It's all about balance,
Yes.
especially with Maureen's recent win.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that. We'll talk about that next episode,
Yeah,
not today. Yeah.
but if I wasn't a bodybuilder anymore and I didn't compete anymore, I actually like a little bit of asymmetry. Like I was thinking that today. I was like, man, if I'm done competing, I'm just gonna build some giant ass legs. Like
Oh
just
my God.
ridiculous.
Yes, you're right. I agree with you.
You
I didn't
know?
think about it that way because I love that big leg look.
Oh yeah.
I've said that to Brooke like many times over the past year that I just can't wait to have like huge big legs, which I will when I'm not competing anymore, or I'm going to try to anyway. Which
Yeah.
would mean I wouldn't be symmetrical because I'd be bigger on lower body. Yeah. Okay. I agree with you. It depends if we're competing or not.
Yeah. The bodybuilder in me just like I don't know. I'm like, oh well, then I maybe could get my pro card and like, whatever. But then it's like the real me, like non-bodybuilder me is like, nah, I like a little asymmetry. So I'll take the energy so I can build some just giant legs and look like a centaur, basically.
You're thinking about these more than I am. That's really good, really good, really good. Okay, next. This is a funny one. Would you rather do 2 hours of steady state cardio or 30 minutes of burpees?
Ooh, 2 hours of steady state. I
I
hate
would
burpees.
agree. I would agree because there's no rule in this question about I can't be doing something else. So I could be watching YouTube or I could be watching Netflix. So yeah, I would choose the 2 hours of steady state.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather train without caffeine or without music?
Ah, caffeine. I can't do it without my music. That's
So
awful.
I've actually heard of some bodybuilders say that they started to train without music because it really brings them like intense focus into the training, which I can see sort of like very meditative. Like I'm only focused on the training and no music. So I can see that. But
Good for
I
them.
think
Yeah.
I think I would need my music though, because I like listening to my music when I train. Yeah.
Man, there are some PRs that never would have happened without like absolute rage music or like some serious like EDM drop. I need it. Not happening.
Okay. So ChatGPT is so cool. It made a section for us about vegan bodybuilding. So
Oh,
these are all
awesome.
like vegan-y questions. Okay. They're really funny. Would you rather give up tofu or give up peanut butter?
I'm gonna have to say tofu. I love peanut butter though. I'm a sucker for peanut butter. Peanut butter, everything.
Well, I agree. However, I also love almond butter and I love like cookie butter.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, okay.
if
So
I
you're
had
finding the cheat code.
yeah, if I had to give up peanut butter, that's fine because I could still have like almond butter. Um, I would rather give up peanut butter because I need tofu in my life, especially the fava tofu these days. I mean, I need it. I can't.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay, are we including fava tofu in this? Because then hands down, I'm sorry, peanut butter's got to go. I will live with almond butter.
I'd say we have to put the fava tofu in there. Yeah.
Okay, easy answer then.
So speaking of, quick sidebar, Brooke and I saw that Beyond Meat is in the near future going to be making like a super macro friendly clean protein, like just like low fat, low carb, maybe even no fat protein, like mixed ground product that's going to be coming out at some point. So that'd be cool if that came out during my contest prep because man, my body, we'll talk about it the next episode because we're going to go through our preps a bit of the year, but and our highs and lows, but my body started to reject that fava tofu at the end. So, okay. Would you rather have unlimited vegan protein powder or unlimited fresh produce?
Well, luckily, thanks to Veg Nutrition, I pretty much have unlimited vegan protein powder. But even if I didn't, I would still probably opt for produce just because I mean that's the majority of what I eat. Like, I mean, you think about it, you only use protein powder like once or twice a day. So, I mean, but you use fresh produce in like most of your meals. So, totally, yeah.
You and I eat a lot of veggies. I would say unlimited fresh produce, man. I wish I had that. That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
I only use protein powder once a day, and sometimes not even, especially since I haven't been in prep. I don't even use it every day, but in prep I do use it every day. All right. Some of these are stupid, so I'm just skipping over some of them. Would you rather go to a steakhouse with friends or skip the social night entirely? Okay, here's the scenario. I'm going to invent it. Okay. Let's say let's maybe not use friends because I don't think a friend would make you do that. Let's say family where you're probably the only vegan and they're celebrating something at a steakhouse. Would you go or would you say, sorry, guys, I can't make it?
I mean, I would go. I'd probably go. I mean, if it's yeah. In that scenario, yes, I would go. If it was just like friends, like just shooting the shit, like hanging out, I'd be like, seriously, like, could we just not pick somewhere else? You know?
I agree because I can always get sides. Like I don't make that big of a deal out of it. And I also could not eat. I could also just go. So when I'm in sidebarring here for contest prep, when like you really can't eat outside food at all, sometimes if I'm ever in this situation where there is like a social setting I must attend, I eat my meal before I go, and I just kind of show up a little late. Like I make an appearance and then I go. That I find that kind of works better than being there at the exact moment and then everybody like pressuring you to eat something. I find if I kind of like show up and then kind of leave, it works better for me. But I have to be honest, that didn't happen to me at all this prep. It's happened other preps, but my 2025, it never happened to me. I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to do the best you can.
Do the best you can. All right. Okay, now these go into competition. Bikini girl stuff. This one is funny.
Oh God.
Would you rather do peak week again or reverse diet?
That's a tough question. Well, if it was my reverse diet, my reverse diet that's happened over the past 6 weeks, I would definitely choose the reverse diet for sure. Yeah.
You've been having some fun.
Oh yeah, I've been having some fun for sure. And yeah, there is no way I'm going back to 22,000 steps a day and 2 hours of cardio. Like, I don't even know. Like, I think about that now and I'm like, what in the hell? Like, how did I do that? I don't know.
Yeah, but when there's a will, there's a way. So I would say I prefer reverse diet over peak week because peak week is so finicky. Like, especially since I self-coached, like the stress of what I was going to look like on show day was very overwhelming. Like,
yeah,
especially the 2 of the 4 shows I got my period. Like, the stress was out of this world. I know for my last show, Masters Nationals, where I just one day out, I knew something was wrong. I was getting softer throughout the day, and I ended up getting my period the day after the show. So I essentially PMSing on the stage. I was so upset. I was numb. Does that make sense?
yeah.
I had no emotion in my hotel room. I was just so angry that I couldn't even function. Like, I lost all joy. I get sucked out of my body because I was like, man, I worked my ass off for 7 months and this is what I look like. Like, this is insane. But that's bodybuilding.
Yeah, I know. At first, with that question, it's kind of like, it's like, oh, well, like peak week, like you look amazing and like there's a lot of excitement and like you do get to rest a little bit. But like the more that I think about it, I'm like, God, peak week is honestly awful. Peak week is really, really tough. Like, yeah, it's exciting and you do get to rest a little bit and you do get to carb up, but like even when I was carving up and resting, I was so exhausted. I felt awful. Like peak week was so rough. And then you add travel and it's just, yeah, I think that I mean, now reverse dieting has its own challenges. Like, of course,
definitely.
like it can be like post-show blues, very, very real. It is like, I think we all just get kind of a little bit depressed after a show.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like this was really hard. This was a really hard reverse for me in my personal life, but I will also just say professionally, I know a lot of people are going to hear me say this and they're going to say, Brooke, we love you at all sizes, whatever, but numbers don't lie. I have had a huge, huge, huge drop off in engagement, in sales, business, all of it. Like, since I'm not like super lean and shredded and competing anymore. So you know this. I think people listening who, you know, like love us and like follow us because we're vegan and all that stuff, like they might think otherwise, but it's just a fact. Like, so it's hard. It's been hard for me to like cope with that because it makes me feel like I always have to perform at that level. And that was not sustainable, like ever. And even just like competing, like, I mean, it's just, yeah. So post show is really challenging, in many ways. So like, you know, it's hard. Post show blues, very real. But I would still take the reverse diet over peak week because I think the challenges that you face in reverse diet, like, I don't know. It's just different. It's just different. It's a lot of you versus you.
Definitely. And they're very fluid. Like, some days are better than others. And it eventually passes. Peak week is really stressful because bodybuilding is a sport of 6 months of work comes down to 1 day. And things can go wrong. And it's very stressful when that happens. I'll give an example. So the Olympia just happened, the Super Bowl of our sport. The most famous bodybuilder in America is Nick Walker. He's a men's open bodybuilder. Super, super famous. He is like the people's champ bodybuilder. Been competing professionally over 10 years. Can't quite seem to win the Olympia. He wasn't able to compete in the last 2. And he competed in this Olympia. and a lot of people thought he was going to win. And he got on stage, and he just didn't look like winning Nick. Something was off. And obviously he took a few days to reflect, and he's been on a few podcasts. And I listened to one today where the person interviewing said, when did you know you missed your peak? When did you know? And he said that it was when he was standing in line on the side of when you're backstage before you go up the stairs. He said that when he's in the line, about to go on the stairs, usually there's mirrors, not on amateur shows, but the Olympia, there will be mirrors, and there's mirrors. And he said that he always starts flaring his lats to get ready to walk out, because he has a very famous walk. He walks out big and lumbering, and he started to flare his lats to get ready to go out, and he couldn't even feel them. He just didn't feel them. And what that means in bodybuilding, so the point of peak week is to you manipulate things all week so that on show day your physique is tied up perfect in a bow, where your muscles are so pumped when you go on stage, you can almost feel them stretched against the skin. It's a very unique feeling that only bodybuilders understand. That's how lean we have to get, okay? And when you're flat, or you don't carb up correctly, or you don't have a proper sodium or water, or whatever your situation is, your muscles can kind of feel soft, and it feels watery or something, and you just don't have that sharp look. And he said he was trying to pump up his lats, and he just couldn't even feel them. And he was and I knew right then that something just didn't work out, and he knew it. And that's what bodybuilding is. You can do everything right. He is a top professional, and sometimes your body just doesn't cooperate. It's a physique sport. It's
very tricky. Yeah.
Super stressful.
Yeah.
All right. We liked that question a lot. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Oh, this is another very introspective one. Would you rather win a show but lose your love for bodybuilding? Or, they were asking this to both of us, not just anyway, or never win but love the journey forever. What an interesting question.
Man, I feel that.
You slayed on that one. Okay, man. Again, would you rather win a show but lose your love for bodybuilding, or never win but love the journey forever?
God, that's a tough
and
one. I feel I'm gonna have to sleep on that one.
This is tough for Brooke, because Brooke won a show this year. Brooke won. She won an overall, which means she won the show. She was the winner.
Yeah.
Then
and I've been really struggling. I've been really struggling with my love of bodybuilding.
It's been tough for her after, really. Brooke's had a hard reverse. There's been a lot going on. It's been tough for her. So this is an interesting question for Brooke. I can answer for me. Maybe you have to sleep on yours, but for me, I've won a few times. I've never won an overall. I've won my class twice, which is pretty cool. A lot of people, that actually never happens to them. So that's pretty cool. But maybe since I went into this sport later in life, I never necessarily have expected I was going to win. So I love the journey. I love the journey of bodybuilding and the journey of building a physique and presenting it on stage. So I would choose never win, but love the journey forever.
I'm almost leaning towards that one, but man, winning that overall was really freaking awesome.
I know it was. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. It's you're a Marvel fan. You're a Marvel fan, yes?
By association. I live with a Marvel fan.
So you remember in the Avengers, Thanos, he kills Gamora. so that he can collect the Infinity Stones, the Soul Stone.
Yes.
And then little Gamora, she's like, but what did it cost you? And he's like, everything. You know, like that's kind of how I feel.
Okay,
Like,
poor Brooke.
I feel like
Brooke.
because I'm like, damn, like I had the best season ever, but I lost a lot, like a lot of things that were important to me. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of reflecting on this, and I actually saw this post today, and it made me cry. And it was like, I don't know. It kind of got me out of my funk a little bit. It was this girl, and I don't think she's a pro or anything, but she posted that she was going through a breakup in her prep. Like in her prep, the guy broke up with her. And like as we've talked about before, competing is very hard on relationships. It can break even the best of relationships. And she made the post, and it said, "You already took away my dreams of our future, and I'm not gonna let you take this away from me too." And so she was just showing like she was gonna keep going. And I was just like, damn.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, that's where I'm at. So
the reason she wrote that is because contest prep is like a very spiritual experience. Like it's such, you have to practice such a high level of discipline. Like if you're Catholic, it's like Lent at level like 1000. Like you sacrifice so much to get yourself to stage looking like that it's a wild feeling. People either love it or they hate it. I love it, you love it. But when the love for it affects other things in life, like relationships, it really makes you question if any of it is even worth it. All I can say is that like this stage will always be there, and being in a strict contest prep, you should only do it when it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, don't bother. Like there's other times you could do it. You don't have to do it because everybody you know is doing it. Like even next year, if I'm competing and Brooke doesn't compete, like it's cool. Like she shouldn't feel any pressure to do it just because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards like what you said, more so loving the journey. But in a way, it's like the question itself is almost an oxymoron, because like I think for me, like I mean, if I had a showing like I did at North Americans, like every time I competed, I probably wouldn't really enjoy the journey anymore, you know? Like, but if I won a show, I feel like that would push me. Like, I'm like, okay, I have potential. Like, I'm doing like, you know, there's no politics involved. Like, because truly at Knox, like, I didn't know anybody there. I drove 2.5 hours. My coach wasn't there. I didn't know anybody, and I won. So I'm like, okay, there's no politics involved here. Like, this was true. This was like a true win. Like, and like we talked, I think actually on my episode where we talked about my win, you were saying that doesn't always happen, but this was a case where like the best physique won. And I think that like kind of reinforces your love for the sport. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to choose in a way. You know what I mean?
Definitely a lot of first-time competitors, sometimes they just do one show and they never do it again because the show they did was such a dreadful experience. They're like, you know, I'm never doing this again. And that can happen. I was lucky that my first show was a really well-run show, and I happened to win my class. And I think it was truly like the happiest day of my life. Even like looking back, like that was probably the happiest day of my life. I've had some other happy ones. For sure, winning my class at Girl Power was like next level happiness. But I don't think it was even as happy as that first win. Because as somebody that has lost over 50 pounds, going from a size 12 to being stage lean over the years, the journey, like that first win, it just is all encompassed in that moment. And it was very emotional. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
But regardless, you don't have to feel pressure to compete. Even if you're a gym girl, you don't have to compete. You don't have to just because other people do it. You should love the journey for you and like what being a gym girl does for you and your confidence and your goals. And that's what's most important. But it does feel pretty good to win.
Yeah, that was a good question from ChatGPT. I'm
Yeah, ChatGPT. Very
impressed.
good. Okay, we've got some funny ones and then we could end it. Would you rather live without coffee or without leggings?
Ooh, that's awful. That's so terrible. The devil himself wrote that question.
So I know for me, without leggings, because I can't live without coffee. Like I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's not possible. So I would rather train in sweatpants. You know, like I don't need leggings. Like I happen to like them, but I could switch to sweatpants, or they call them
Yeah.
pump covers, those like baggier training pants. But I need
You could do
coffee.
shorts, I guess.
You could do shorts.
Bodysuits. You could do a jumper.
I need coffee. That's like a very easy one for me to answer.
Yeah, I don't think I could give up coffee either.
Oh, wow. The next one is another banger from ChatGPT. Would you rather always look stage lean or always feel strong and full? Basically, would you rather look stage lean year round or look like your more normal self year round? I guess for me, the question I have for ChatGPT is, do the feelings of being stage lean come with it? Or
Right,
like,
right.
do I just like look like that with no effort? Then I'd want to look like that. But if I have to look like it, if I have to live in it with the effort it takes to look like that, then I'd rather always just be my regular non-competition body, hands down, because being stage lean is not sustainable. But I guess if it was, I'd want to look like that all the time. I don't know.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't know. I love the freaky shredded look, and like if you looked that way all the time, you could fill up. You could eat carbs. You know, you wouldn't have to look flat and depleted and sickly all the time. You could, kind of fill out. So I would say, yeah, I love stage lean. I love it. Yeah.
I love it too, but I mean,
I wouldn't want to work for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We need more clarity here on the question, because if I could just wake up and look like that, then I'd prefer to look like that. Because I do love when I look like that. However, I know the work that is entailed in it. Therefore, if I had to work for that every day to maintain it, I would prefer to sit in the body I'm in right now. And then listeners are probably like, so why don't you just stay the way you are? And the answer to that is because I do love the process of bodybuilding. I love it. I love contest prep. I love competing. So, I love both things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I saw this quote on this bodybuilding, like quotes Instagram today, because I was online a bit this morning. And it said, life is short, so why not? And that really like hit for me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to compete forever. I'm not going to be like young and injury free forever. Life is short. Why the fuck not? Like I want to do it. Like go for it,
Totally.
And I don't like have to do it. If at any moment, I don't want to do it anymore, I don't have to. So I thought that was like a cool quote. Like life is short. Why not? I was like, yeah, I like that.
That is a good one.
Okay. I think we've been about an hour, and those are all the good questions. There were some really dummy ones in there.
I had two. I was looking at that I want to ask you.
I might have skipped over some. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Go.
I just have two. Okay.
That's good.
Would you rather prep on high carbs but tons of cardio, or low carbs with minimal cardio? What would you pick?
Oh, I see that here. I skipped over it. I'm sorry. Okay. Would you
I
rather
like that
pick on
one.
high carbs but tons of cardio? Well, wouldn't that be nice
I
to
know,
do one
right?
or um
It's a tough one. I don't know. I think I would rather have more food and a lot of cardio. I can like work during my cardio. So I think I'd probably pick more food, higher carbs.
I hear where you're coming from. I also know that I'm a lot smaller of a person than you. So like my when my food gets really low, it feels different for me than it does for you. Like you being a taller chick,
Mm,
it hurts to have low
yeah.
food. Like it really, I feel for you. I feel I feel bad for you. Instead, me like I'm I'm a smaller human, so like my food is lower usually anyway. Um, and I've been I've reached a point in my bodybuilding journey where like I know that low food is part of it and I've just kind of like accepted it, if that makes sense. Um, so I would say low carbs with minimal cardio. Even though I love cardio and but I do know that my cardio has always been so high that it takes so much time that it makes my life very stressful there at the end.
That's true. Yeah.
Like that last month and a half, I was really like my life was like crumbling around me because of all the time commitment to do all the cardio. But so I would say low carbs with minimal cardio, but I also understand preferring high carbs but tons of cardio, because if the
Yeah.
cardio is just walking on your walking pad and doing work, then I get it. I get it.
Yeah, but I understand from your perspective too, because I didn't even really think about that because I'm like, well, yeah, I can work while I do cardio, but holy shit. I mean, it was like, just like you, it ate up so much of my day and it was
Yep.
just stressful. Okay. One
What's
more
your
for
other
you.
one? Yes.
Would you rather peak for a show and not place
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah. Okay.
or place but hate your look, which happens, so what would you pick?
So when I emailed you these questions a few days ago, I saw that and I was like, oh my God, what a good question. And I skipped over it when I read. I'm sorry. Okay. Would you rather peak for a show and not place, or place but hate your look? And you're right, that happens, because sometimes you can look the best you've ever looked. And it's just not your day in the judge's eyes, you know? Um,
And there are people, I've heard of people who win and they're like shocked they won. And they're like, if this is what bikini is, I don't want to do this anymore. So
yep. So man, this is hard.
it
You
is a tough
go.
one too, because okay,
You
so
go.
my thinking is, okay, if I spend $700 on a Gilco package again, I better damn like my look. So, ooh, but
Yeah.
not place, like not even not win, but not place. Oh my God, that would be tough. Um,
So oh, this is really hard. So
that is a tough one.
I'd say that this question, answering it depends on where I'm at in my journey. So like right now, I'm on my, you know, I'm hunting down an IFBB Pro card. It is my goal to be an IFBB Fit Model Pro. That is my goal. Um, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I'm certainly going to try. I tried this year. I'm going to try again next year. So my placing is really important, because the only way I get my goal is by placing. So in my situation where I'm at right now in my bodybuilding journey, I would rather peak for a show. I would rather place and hate my look, because at this moment in time, my placing is important. But ask me, hopefully, when I'm a pro one day, I would rather just always love my look. I won't really care about my placing.
I think that's a good caveat too, because the
Yeah.
other thing is, okay, what if you place, but you hate your look at an amateur show. Like, you know what I mean? Like a small local show. Like that's so much different than like, let's say you go to nationals and you don't place, but you love your look. Like it's, you know, it's tricky. So I see what you mean. But I think I'm going to agree with you there. And I'll also say this because we're our own harshest critic. So definitely. Like, I might hate my look. I might feel like I'm flat and I, you know, am not my best, but the judges might see what I don't see, you know? So yeah, I'm going to go with you on that. I think I would rather place and not be super happy about my look. And I hope maybe in like a couple weeks, I'll look back at my Gilco photos and be like, oh yeah, that's not too bad. Kind of like what happened this time.
Yeah, I think it just kind of depends where I'm at in my journey. Hopefully I will be a pro one day. And when I am, I don't think I'm going to care about my placing nearly as much. Like I'm just going to be having fun up there and enjoying my look. But right now I am chasing the placing. So for now, I'd rather hate the way I look. Not hate. I mean, I'm not going to hate it. I just maybe not be totally satisfied with it in place. Yeah, that's what I would prefer. What a good question. ChatGPT, you're so smart.
I know. I'm like really surprised at some of these. Now, we did get some really dumb ones too.
There's some dumb ones in there. And it's funny. So the prompt I gave it was I said, you know, please create would you rather questions for a vegan bikini bodybuilding podcast. And it came up with all of these. And I thought it was really cool. This was really fun. Yeah, this is fun.
I wanted to read this dumb one just really quick. Okay. I know this has been forever, but would you rather over tan on stage or forget your posing routine? Like that one's so funny. Like, how are you going to over tan? I mean, it can be done, but like.
You can. At Pittsburgh Pro, this year, Maureen's tan was like 5 shades too dark. And it was
she always does that. Yeah, she did that at the Olympia last year.
She didn't do the Olympia last year, but I know
the year before. Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pro, she was super, they over tanned her. But this year everything was perfect and she won, right? Yeah, I don't think over tanning would happen with me because I need so much tan to even get any color on me.
Yeah, that's hard to do. For sure.
But if I could choose, I would rather over tan because forgetting your posing is, you might as well just go home. Like,
yeah, you might as well just go home. For real, that would be bad.
So many people, like anyone that's still listening to this after an hour, but the biggest difference, there's a lot of differences between just being like a gym sort of bodybuilder, fit chick, working on your physique versus a competitive bodybuilder. The biggest reason they're different is because of the posing, of course. Like we all look good in the gym when we're sort of pumping up and in front of the mirror. Yeah, try putting on a sparkly bikini, thong bikini, and strutting your stuff in front of hundreds of people. Then you tell me how easy that is. Like it is terrifying. And then forgetting your posing routine, you might as well just go home.
Yeah, seriously.
There are people though at the amateur level, regional, like first show that show up and they've never posed ever.
Oh yeah.
And then they realize after, like, ooh, that like wasn't a good idea.
Probably should have gotten a posing coach. Yep.
I remember at my second show, I was posing backstage practicing, and this girl came up to me, and she was like, "Can you teach me how to do it on show day?" And I was like, "Who's your coach?" Like, I want to make sure like I stay far away from that coach. Wild, really wild. Anyway, this was so fun. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Next week, we're going to be talking about like highs and lows of our 2025 preps. And then the week after, we're going to be doing a Q&A together. We already have some questions lined up and we're going to put it in our stories too. So yeah, great episode. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, talk to you soon. Bye.
Adios.